everyone on this show is beautiful. Like, let's just get this out of the way. They're all beautiful, they're all hot. Welcome back to my channel, guys. So today I'm going to be doing another tier list video for you, and today we're going to be ranking the ships of Euphoria. I'm very excited for this because I feel that a lot of the ships are very either you love them or you hate them sort of situation. So yeah, we're going to be going over all of the canon or alluded to ships in the show, I would say. Before we get started, just so you know, there are going to be spoilers in this video. I've seen up until season 2, episode 6, so that is what we're going to be discussing today. Let's get started. Okay, so I have my tier list pulled up here, and I made this myself, which is why some of the photos kind of look a little wonky, but I just couldn't find a good tier list that had like a lot of the ships in it, especially the ones from season 2. So first up we have Kat and Ethan. Now if we were just basing this off of season 1, they would be S tier for sure, but the problem is they just really dropped the ball with them in season 2. Their relationship is basically non-existent. I think Ethan has maybe said 2 sentences the entire season, and I know there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that went into this. They've just basically destroyed what was a really good ship season 1. So for that reason, I'm gonna say either B or A. We'll put them in A for now, but there's a possibility they'll move down depending on where I put other things. Okay, next we have Roux and Jewels. Now, I think this might be a little bit controversial, I'm not totally sure, but I do not love Rue and Jewels. Sorry, not sorry. Here's the thing. They, at first, were very cute to me. Like, I really liked the idea of them because of, I don't know, how opposite their personalities are and stuff. The problem is, I've just come to really not like Jules. I think she's just really annoying and selfish and just not a fun character. I love Hunter Schafer, don't get me wrong, but Jules, not so much. And so I just don't really ship them that much. I don't really see any good reason for them to end up together, if we're being honest. They kind of just are always fighting, and even when they aren't fighting, I don't think that they're a good match necessarily. Not to mention, Jules literally cheated on Rue. Yeah, so I'm just not a fan of Rue and Jules, I'm not gonna lie. I would put them in... I'm gonna put them in C for now, but they have the potential to move up. Next up, we have Elliot and Rue. Now, at first, I was very much into this ship just because I thought that Zendaya and Dominic Fike had a lot of chemistry, and I think Rue and Elliot's characters, like, they get along. Like, they make more sense as a couple to me than Rue and Jules. However, I think that at the end of the day, they're very destructive towards one another just because of their history with addiction and all of that, and they kind of use each other as a crutch in that way. And he kind of like did her dirty a little bit with the whole Jules thing. So I think I'm gonna put them in B for now because I like them, but like and also Dominic Fike, wow. Everyone on this show is beautiful. Like, let's just get this out of the way. They're all beautiful, they're all hot. Next, we have Cassie and Mckay. Now, this is more of a season 1 ship because Mckay has barely been in season 2. I have no idea why. I don't know if that is another behind the scenes issue that went on or COVID or what, but he's literally, I think he was only in the first episode, I think. Yeah, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but I really liked them. Like, I thought they were a really good match, and I was rooting for them. I thought they were fun, especially now that we've seen where Cassie has gone post their relationship. As much as I liked them, I wasn't necessarily, like, in love with the ship, you know? It wasn't something I was, like, actively thinking about or anything. So I would say they're in B, but they're definitely ahead of Rue and Elliot. Yeah, that feels right. That feels right. Next we have Nate and Maddie. Wow. I've never seen a more toxic relationship in my entire life. And I mean that. I truly mean that. I mean, we don't even have to say that Nate is just absolutely the worst person, I think, ever. I've never seen a character more unhinged, I don't think. They're horrible together, D tier. Anyone with Nate, let's just assume it's probably gonna be D tier, if not lower, if there was a lower tier. Not only is he horrible and manipulative towards Maddie and everybody around him, I think their relationship also brought out the worst in Maddie. And that's no good because we love our queen, you know? Okay, next we have Fez and Fey. Now this is kind of one where nothing has really happened between them, at least up until where I've watched, but I do get the vibe that like she could be into him, and I've seen some people talk about the possibility of that pairing, which is why I've included them. However, they're not my favorite. I think Fey is freaking hilarious, by the way. What an amazing character addition. Like, love the dynamic between her, Fez, and Ashtray. It's so funny to me, but I don't necessarily see her with Fez, but it's not like atrocious to me, you know? It's not like something that makes me actually angry or anything. I'm just like, I'm not really into it. I would put it in C tier, probably. Next up, we have, I think, one of my favorite ships of the entire show, and that is Rue and Lexi. Now this has not amounted to much. They have kissed and they have sexual chemistry. I'm gonna say it. This would be such a good direction for the show to go in. 100%. Rue thinks that somebody like Jules is somebody she needs to be with, you know, this person she kind of puts on a pedestal and idolizes and stuff, somebody she thinks is gonna fix her. But I think it would be better if she ends up with Lexi, because I think that they would balance each other out a lot, kind of like how Fez and Lexi do, in the sense that I think Lexi would be a really good, responsible, calming force in Rue's life, and I think that Rue could bring out a little more like fun for Lexi, you know, like let loose a little bit, girl. It's got the friends to lovers trope. I think that Lexi is secretly in love with Rue but doesn't realize it. I just think they would be perfect. I think we all know where this is going. This is S tier to me. I think it would be beautiful, wonderful, amazing, and I really, really hope they explore it at some point. That's just my opinion. However, I do not want Rue to like bring Lexi into her shit, because let's be honest, Rue is destructive and kind of a mess, and I don't want Lexi being dragged into that. So I do think that this would be a good slow burn. Like, we want it to take a while, we want their friendship to rekindle, we want to see Rue get like better with her addiction before they start to get romantically involved. This is just my opinion. I clearly haven't thought about this at all. Anyway, next up we have Elliot and Jules. Now, this one is conflicting for me because I do think that they have good chemistry. They could be potentially dating in real life, ? And I think that they would be a good match. Actually, I think they would balance each other out. They seem to like they have good vibes when they're hanging out and stuff. However, I hate them for what they did to Rue. And again, not the biggest fan of Jules. If Rue ended up with Lexi and Jules ended up with Elliot, that could be fun. I'm gonna put them in B. I'm gonna put them behind Rue and Elliot for the sole purpose of they're kind of in the doghouse for me right now after what they did to Rue. But I could see them growing on me, for sure. I could see them growing on me in the future. They just need to make amends. And also, if they are dating in real life, like, power to them. What a hot couple. Like, wow. Can we get a confirmation on that, please? Okay, next we have Nate and Cassie, which has been a development in season 2. Horrible. Psychotic, horrible, horrible. Just on so many levels. Just the worst. Just the absolute worst. I get so frustrated watching it because I just want to scream at Cassie. Like, what are you doing? This man is a psychopath. Not only is he a psychopath, you knew that he was a psychopath because he literally abused your best friend and was in a toxic relationship with your best friend. Like, I know she's going through a lot, but it's so hard to watch. They are most definitely D tier. I'm gonna even put them below Maddie and Nate because I'm gonna give Maddie a little bit of a pass because, you know, she might have not necessarily known how horrible of a person Nate was when she got into that relationship. Moving on, we have Fez and Lexi, another fan favorite ship from this show. So unexpected, because I don't think they interacted once during season 1. At first, it took me a second to like warm up to the idea because season 1 I was like so into the idea of Lexi and Rue, but the more I have seen of the Fez and Lexi, they are just so endearing and are kind of like the opposites attract sort of situation. I just really like it. I think they're really, really cute, and I love seeing like how different they are with each other as opposed to like other people, and how like they open up to each other. The movie watching scene was so cute where they're watching Stand By Me, and next episode is her play. I don't think he's gonna make it to her play, unfortunately, but I really wish he would, because that would be really cute. But yeah, I really like them. They're definitely S tier for me. I'm gonna put them behind Lexi and Rue because I think ultimately that would be what I would want to be endgame, but I'm totally all for Lexi and Fez right now. Like, they make the show enjoyable this season. They really do. Like, they're the one like bright spot that you root for. You're like, can we just go back to that wholesomeness for a second, for a breather, please? Next up, we have Maddie and Cassie. Now, this is not like canon at all that I know of, but I do see a lot of people ship them online, and I totally understand it because they are such close friends, and that's just a popular ship that happens to happen. They would be a hella hot couple. Wow, they would rule that school. How awesome would it be if they started dating and like became the it couple and like Nate went to jail? Just spitballing here. However, I don't necessarily see like any inklings of that, like a possibility of that ever happening. They haven't necessarily laid the groundwork for it, but I definitely would not be opposed. I think they would be like super cool, but not necessarily my favorite. I think it would end up being also toxic, probably, if we're being honest. But I'm not mad at it. I think it would be fun. I'm gonna put that in, I'm gonna put it in C, but I'm gonna put it ahead of Rue and Jules and ahead of Fey and Fez. I feel like people that ship Rue and Jules are gonna be so mad at me, but Jules makes me so angry, like so angry. I can't even explain it. Next we have Nate and, oh my gosh, I am so stupid. I accidentally switched, when I was talking about Nate and Cassie, I accidentally used the picture for Nate and Jules, but they're all going to the same place, and that is D tier. Let's pretend like that didn't happen. Next up is Nate and Jules. Now, this one is horrible. It was so hard to watch. He's just so scary, like truly psychopathic. And so yeah, if anybody ships that, you're out of your mind. If anybody ships anybody with Nate, you're out of your mind, like loco crazy. Come on, y'all knew all the D tier ones were gonna be ships with Nate. Last but not least, we have Ollie and Leslie. A horrible picture that I have here. You can't even really see both of them, but that is who we're talking about. They would be perfect. I have to imagine this is the direction they're going in. They've kind of like given little hints with her like saying like, oh, he's handsome or something, and he's always like coming over for dinner. Yeah, I just think it would be perfect. I think he would be a great addition to the Bennett family and be somebody that would be very helpful for not only Leslie to have as a source of like comfort and somebody to lean on, but also for Gia and for Rue. Obviously he's Rue's sponsor, so he's like helped her a bunch in that sense. But even in the last episode when he came over for dinner, he helped Gia a lot because she kind of gets overlooked a lot. It would just overall be great. And also another hot couple, like Leslie and Ollie, wow. So they're S tier for me. It has to happen, right? Surely it has to happen. Okay, so there we have it. That is my completed tier list. Let me know if you guys agree with my decisions or most likely disagree. I'm sure you'll let me know in the comments down below. If you want to see me do this again with another show or movie, let me know, or we could do another Euphoria tier list, maybe just ranking the characters individually could be interesting. I put out a new video every Monday, so look out for those. Anything from vlogs to tier lists, I do it all, so look out for that. Like and subscribe, and have a good summer. Bye!
The top of your head is cut off, you know that?
What?
Yeah.
Do I have a longer torso than you?
No, you don't. I think I was slouching. Do you want me to stop it or?